Good evening, people. Welcome back to the video. Tonight, we're doing match live preview between Newcastle and Brighton.
I had to come to London because I couldn't find a job, but I don't intend to stay long if I make a few quick bob. It's cold up there in summer, it's like sitting inside a fridge, but I wish I was on the quayside looking at the old town bridge. I'm coming home, Newcastle, I might as well have been in jail. I'd walk the streets all day, I'll need for a bottle of your own brown ale. I'm coming home, Newcastle, if you never win the club again. I'll brave the dark at St James's Park if the Gallagher's end in the rain. I'm coming home. And I'm proud to be a Geordie.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video. Tonight, I've got Chloe with me. Chloe, good evening to you.
Good evening.
How's Chloe tonight? Are you okay? Are you having a good day?
Yeah, had a good day. Yeah, I'm feeling good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm a champion, not too bad. Just had a good day. Got finished at 4 o'clock, went to the gym, and supposed to do the press conference reaction tonight. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to do this instead, and it's going to be fantastic. So there you go. So if you do like the video, then please hit the like button. Please do subscribe as well. And if you'd like to become a member, click on the join button. And if you'd like to donate, super chat, then just give what you can afford. So I've got Chloe for the first time, and we've got Newcastle against Brighton at St James's Park. And Newcastle are on a run. We are unbeaten in 7 games, and Brighton are only on 1 game in the last 6 games. So Chloe, what about your season so far for Brighton?
I mean, we started off really well. We seem to have hit a bit of a bad patch recently. We've lost 3 games in a row now, and it's not even been like, I think the defeat against United, at Old Trafford, we could take it. We didn't perform particularly badly. It was just, it was a tough game, and we were unlucky not to come away with anything. But I think the last couple of games at home against Burnley and Villa, we were quite well beaten. And I wouldn't say I'm necessarily worried, but I feel like we definitely need to try and bounce back from them as soon as possible, because the performances were poor, and we were well beaten. So really don't want to see a loss tomorrow.
Yeah, man. It's not good at the moment. And looking at the form guide at the moment, you're 16th in the form guide, which is not great. So Graham Potter needs to kind of fix up very, very quickly. I think he'd be safe. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, right, with Brighton, I mean, it's good to see them in the Premier League. And every time we play them in the Premier League, we haven't won a game. And Brighton begins a bogey team every single time we play you guys. If you remember serves rightly, the last time we beat you is in the Championship, when we won by 2-1, when Mo Diaby scored a lucky goal, we decided to flick over the boot in the back of the net, and knew nothing about it. Now, José Perez got the winning goal in the 90th minute, which effectively got us promoted. So, yeah. So, hopefully, we need to get on news tomorrow if we can. And it's just that, really.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that we're somewhat of a bogey team for you guys, which honestly just worries me more. It feels like you've never beaten us in the Premier League, so it's like, is this the time you're gonna get the 3 points? But I don't know. I feel like we need a win morale-wise, because we have had a couple of poor performances. But honestly, just getting a point would be something. I would rather win, obviously, but
Yeah.
I think it's important not to lose tomorrow. I think that's the main thing.
Absolutely. Should be a good game tomorrow. I don't think there'll be goals in it, but it should be a tight game between the two sides. I've got some comments, by the way. Please make Chloe welcome. If you've got any questions for Chloe, then please find my way. I've got I Like Coffee. Hi to John, and Dislike tea to Chloe. I read John, that's a new fan. I've got Lukey Luke, give him to my guy. And Scott said, welcome, Chloe. Do you know John's a closet Man U fan? No, I'm not a red. Hi, John. Chloe, to the town. Would well at the score. I've got my co-host on the watch along partner, new. That's PD Prolock here. John, feel free to come on the show afterwards. I'm going on the show at 9 o'clock. But if I can come on, Pete, I'll definitely will do, mate, 100%. And hi, folks. That's in Dan G. And let's have this one as well. Early gone about master. I'm not going to read that. No, I'm not going to read that neither. Shows a bit of respect, people. I know that's funny, but how we are manly comedy better than that, mate. And forget the previous stats. I think we win this now. And got me in just as one for Lee. Records had to be broken 2-1 to Newcastle. And good choice for Lee. And that's first up at everything. And people first kicks just a tour Newcastle City Hall at the these. Woods needs to put a shift for a change. Very weak for size, 6'3". And Jan, 17 tomorrow, boss. Absolutely from Lee. So we'll talk about Graham Potter. And he came to your club, right? And obviously, I think Chris Hughton lost his job, didn't he? And then Graham Potter came over. He signed a 3-year deal. He started well. So Brighton decided to give him a long-term contract. How good can Graham Potter be? Is he an England manager in the waiting, or has he got a long way to go?
Yeah, I mean, I think he can go quite far. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him managing England one day. But at the same time, I don't know. I think he is a very good manager.
Yeah.
He's definitely seems to get the best out of our players. And I think what he's done at Brighton since he came in, a lot of people were questioning the decision to get rid of Hughton. And yeah, I think Brighton fans still have a lot of respect for Hughton because he did get us promoted to the Premier League, and he did, he did all right. But I think Potter sort of is the next step up to take us to that next level, to sort of consolidate us in the Premier League. And I think he's done that. And I think this season we're looking to improve on last season. And I think at the moment we're set to do that by quite a bit. Can you talk about your back four these last 3-4 games? We actually played a back five against Villa, but in the first half, but we played Cucurella as a left centre back and then Solly March at left wing back. But that didn't really work in this second half. I don't really know what changed. I think we went to a back four with Cucurella on the left, and I think March just sort of played further upfield. And against Burnley, we played a back four with Cucurella and Lamptey at fullback, and I don't think Lamptey is a particularly good fullback. He's a good wing. He's an amazing wing back, but I think when he can't get forward, you don't get to see sort of the best of his abilities. And he does good defensive work too, but I think he's far better as a wing back. The thing is, I think it doesn't work well with Lamptey and Cucurella because they both like to get forward, and if they do both get forward, then that leaves back very exposed when you've only got two players there. So I don't think a back four works well with wing backs. So yeah.
You need to get back to the 3 centre backs, but unfortunately lost Dan Burn to us and cost us 13 million quid. I bet you missed him, man. You missed him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not necessarily sure the mistake was selling him, but not replacing him, because now we don't really have much depth in that position. And sort of when we sold him, we're like, oh yeah, we've got Hayden Roberts on the bench, who's a youngster that can come in, and then we brought Ostergaard back from his loan and then sent him back out, and it's like we've got quite a few centre backs that are young or out on loan, but we're not actually ready to use any of them. So now we've just got so we sold our fifth choice centre back, and we've got Dunk, Webster, Duffy, and Veltman. And Dunk got suspended. Webster is quite injury prone. Duffy had a bit of a fallout with Sanchez at the Burnley game, which wasn't very good to see. You never like to see a
No.
team arguing among themselves. It's never a good sign at all. And Veltman, yeah, he's good, but I think he can put in less than good performances occasionally. And I think Chloe, Newcastle is very different to when we play Brighton. They're on fire, and I can't see Brighton getting anything. Sorry, but we are so solid with Dan Burn. Oh my, I miss Burn. What a player! Yeah, honestly, what he did one of probably the worst performances I've seen from a Brighton player against Wolves at home last season. And since then, he's just really gone up in my estimations. He was in some real strong form before we sold him, and I think yeah, he just come into form, and he was probably our most informed centre back, and then we sold him. And yeah, I mean, I definitely think it will be a tight game, likely.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah, because obviously
I
you
think.
guys are in amazing form at the moment. Some of the signings you've made have obviously made a real difference. And Brighton are in poor form. So on paper, you're probably the favourites, but then Brighton tend to play better when we're not expected to get anything really sometimes. So who knows which way it will go.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game tomorrow. I don't think there'll be goals in it, but contradictions later on. And any questions to Chloe, please fire away. She'd be happy to answer them. It'll be a tight game for us both. That's in Ravi. And Nigel, living in Brighton, a lifelong Toon fan. I hope we get a win tomorrow. That's in Jan. And great guy. Don't think Maxi will start, or maybe not play at all. I don't think he'll start tomorrow. So you're lucky he's not playing tomorrow by the looks of it. Do you have enough to play back five with Webster injured? That's an Andrew D.
I mean, I think we do. I think Duffy was dropped against Villa, possibly due to what happened with Sanchez in the previous game when they had a bit of a falling out. But I think if we play a back three with Dunk, Duffy, and Veltman, I think that could work. I think Duffy plays a lot better alongside Dunk as well. Like, Dunk just seems to improve every sort of centre back that he plays alongside. So I think with him in the back, hopefully we won't see any more arguments between him and our goalkeeper. But yeah, that's the sort of back line I want to see start tomorrow. Is that back to that back five with Veltman, Dunk, and Duffy.
Yeah, I think that's going to be tough for us as well. I mean, Chris Wood's got a tough day tomorrow if those three plays at the back, but we should see what happens on there.
He does like a goal against us.
Say again?
Wood does like a goal against us.
He does.
Yeah,
That'd be a great content there. And I've got Jim as well. Big up to Jim. Even John, we're going to boot a chin and beat Brighton tomorrow. Willock and Maxi, if he does play. And Lee, final, me, so mate. And then I've got big up to Adam. Hope you're okay. I've got Jan as well. That time I believe Bruno will play and score. And Lee, I'm not going to be the next comment out because you're shouting. So I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Nice to see a lady like Chloe with great knowledge of her football club.
Thank you.
No problem. And I could Dan Burn scores tomorrow. You never know. If you play at the back five, then I say that's your best choice. We don't necessarily have the quality to break down opponents when the opponent plays a back five. Do you think, and talking to Dan Ashworth as well, do you think that shortly after the Brighton match, Dan Ashworth signed for Newcastle? And not only that, how good is Dan Ashburn as a director of football? What do you expect? What do you expect from this guy?
Okay, so do I think he will sign? I'm not too sure. I know he's on gardening leave at the moment. I'm not sure how long that. I think it's to the end of the season at least. So you probably won't get him until probably close season now, I would think. And I know he was like quite heavily involved in a lot of the recruitment. And I know he was involved in like the signings of Lallana and Welbeck. I think he has in connections because he used to obviously work for England. Honestly, I'm not too sure about his role because I don't know that much about the backroom stuff, but I do know that he was quite influential in a lot of our recruitment, and
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are quite sorry to see him go. But I think, yeah, I think he'll be good for you, but I'm not sure. I think we can replace him because I think a
Yeah.
lot of the systems he put in place are probably
Yeah.
still there.
Yeah, man. It is what it is, but if he does come off, that'll be a cracking point for Newcastle because that take the pressure of the orders and Eddie Howe. I've got, I think Brighton hold up for as much money as they can for Ashworth, which fair play they should. Then I've got Adam McGinn. Have we been linked to Robert Sanchez? Not sure if he's a replacement for Ter Stegen. Is this true that Robert Sanchez has been linked to Newcastle? Because
Um,
that's the first I've heard of it.
I haven't heard of that, no, but
I haven't either. That's
uh,
strange.
I don't know. Yeah,
Very strange.
he's a decent keeper, but
Yeah.
I don't know. He's had a few poor performances recently. Um, I do still rate him, and obviously he's still quite young. So I think he's definitely got a bright future ahead of him. Yeah.
Yeah, let's hope he is. He's a decent keeper for what I've seen of him. Brighton are good enough to stay up in the Premier League. You have one of the great young British up-and-coming managers, a couple of decent signings, and I believe Brighton will be tough to beat. And yeah, I mean, you look at Graham Potter again. I mean, you've got some young players there, right? You've got players like there's 3 key players I've got to choose who are going to be key. I tell you what, you give us 3 key players you watch out for tomorrow for Brighton.
Well, I think will be important for us.
Yeah.
I think Lamptey is obviously a key one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Neil Maupay. He's not often one that's mentioned, but he's my favourite Brighton player, and I do rate him very highly. He's our top goal scorer this season, and you know he's very good on the ball, and yeah, I can see if we score, it quite often through him. So yeah, I think he'll be a key player. I also probably think. I think
I'll throw you one out for you.
If Alexis McAllister plays well, his set pieces, his corners sometimes have been quite good. I think we've scored from a couple of corners he's taken this season. So yeah, he hasn't been up to his previous standard. The last couple of games, well, no one really has. We've had a couple of poor team performances really, but like against Everton, this earlier in this year, he was amazing, and I want to see our midfield pitch in with a few more goals because we don't seem to score many from midfield at all, and he is the player that I can see doing that.
Champion. Alexis McAllister, I very rate him. I rate him highly. I think this guy's going to be absolutely a stellar player, him in the future years. And for me, my 3 key players for you team, I'm going to choose my 3. It's going to be Lewis Dunk. I'm going to say Yves Bissouma. I'll come to in a minute. Lamptey as well. And talking of Bissouma, I mean, he's been absolutely fantastic last season. But what happened to him this season, I don't know. Has it been effective by the transfer talk? Because we've been linked with him. Aston Villa's been linked with him. And he's linked to, 50 million?
He's been brilliant this season, but he went off to AFCON, and probably since he came back, I mean, he had a brilliant performance in the Spurs game, but other than that, he hasn't been up to his usual standard recently. But it's difficult to judge because none of our team has been very good the last couple of games. To be honest, it's been sort of quite poor all round. But yeah, he definitely seems to be a bit. I don't know. He just didn't. His head doesn't seem in it really recently. it's difficult to say. I don't know what's going on in his head or anything, but he just seems a bit disconnected with the fans when he used to be like have a really good relationship with the fans, and
Mhm.
sort of not applauding them and just sort of standing looking a bit sort of out of it on the pitch after the game. So I don't know what's going on with him. If he shows up, he can put in an amazing performance. On his day, he is really really good player, and if he does turn up tomorrow, then he could be the best player on the pitch, no contest. But
Yeah.
if
If he's available, I'll take him all day long. But we've got so many midfielders in the team, so I don't think it's going to be a place for him, because Joe Linton's been playing ever so well first this season, commenting a bit. And it goes to the comments as well. Evening, John and Chloe. That's from Big Up to you, Carlos. I hear the training ground in Brighton is first class. I've not seen the training ground, but I heard it's absolutely wonderful there.
Yeah, I
And
mean, it was built in 2014, I think. And I think they're constantly improving it, but it's a decent, it's definitely a sort of state of the art training ground. So yeah, that's it's cool to have those sort of facilities.
Absolutely, because we're going to get one of them soon, maybe in a couple of years' time, because the one we've got, I don't know if you've seen our training facilities for Newcastle United, is absolutely awful. It's more like a flipping car park from the 70s, like, you know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. If you see it, Chloe, you'd be embarrassed, honestly. I got Tony the Red. Chloe, Brighton plays some lovely football at times, then control the ball, but they struggle to score goals. Do you think you'd be after a strike in the summer? In my opinion, Tony, they definitely need a striker. I mean, more peer, it's quality. For me, opinion, I don't think he scores enough. He works hard. He doesn't score enough for me. What's your take on that one, Chloe? Do you think you need? I know he's your favorite player.
I think he needs a partner and possibly a bit of competition, and I think he needs someone else to chip in with the goals, so there's less pressure on him, because he definitely plays better when he's not obviously putting pressure on himself. He has got 8 league goals this season, which is a decent tally. He's already hit what he scored last season, so hopefully he can improve upon that. Get into double figures would be really good. We have actually signed Undav from USG in the Belgian league, which is the team that not Potter, Tony Bloom, our owner, also owns them. So we've signed him, but he's gone back on loan, so he will come back to us in the summer. So we already have a striker basically ready for us in the summer. And I think we paid something like 7 million for him, so that's quite a good deal for us. I think, yeah, I do think the whole team needs to chip in goals wise. I know the focus immediately goes to the striker when you think about goals, but if you look at who actually has scored the majority of our goals, it is Trossard and Mopé, and even Welbeck, even though he's been injured, has scored quite a few goals. We're not getting any from the midfield really, and I think the defenders have scored a couple from corners and stuff, which is good. I think possibly Cucurella and Lamptey maybe chip in, just like 1 or 2 here and there. I think if we had more of the team scoring goals, we wouldn't necessarily need one player scoring 15, 20 goals. But because we don't really have one player scoring 15, 20 goals, or a lot of different people scoring goals, we struggle.
Right, Gale's available in the summer if you want him.
Yeah, no, you're right.
No, fair enough.
Isn't he ex-Palace?
Say again?
Isn't he ex-Palace?
Yeah, ex-Palace, not for you. You don't want any Palace players, don't you? Not for you.
No.
Nah, we passed on that one then. Heard the rumour Ashford could be going to Man U. I doubt it very much, mate. What's happened to your academy director? Seems odd to get fired over a COVID violation, assuming there's nothing else behind the scenes. I don't know about this one. I mean, you might know about this.
Yeah, so our academy director got fired over apparently over a COVID violation. I think there was a minor involved, which is why it was quite taken quite seriously. And also, obviously, I think the club has been quite firm on COVID violations throughout the pandemic. So there might be more to that because I do know he was linked with Newcastle, but they have said that it's nothing to do with that. So I don't really know. I don't know what's going on there because they're just it's quite hush hush. No one really knows what's going on. Just that he was fired apparently over a COVID violation. So I don't really know if there's any more to that or not.
It'd be very interesting sort of thing, but they're not going to tell you sort of thing, you know what I mean? They says hush hush, but I'm sure it'll be found out very soon.
Yeah.
But we shall see. I've got Randy in the house as well. Good evening to you guys. So excited for tomorrow. War flags are going to be involved in the East Stands with the flags tomorrow. What does Chloe think of the support the team gets from the Toon Army, John? What do you think about support?
I know Newcastle have, quite a loyal fan base. Yeah, I'm just trying to think back to when you guys were at the Amex. I think you were quite noticeably quite good away fans. So yeah. I'll see for myself tomorrow anyway because I'm up to Newcastle, so I'll get to see what St James's Park is like, which will be quite interesting.
Champion stuff. Are you still in Brighton now? Or are you gonna go up to
I'm
coach
still in
tomorrow?
Brighton at the moment. I'm getting the coach at 5:30 in the morning.
Oh wow! Listen, we get to 8:30 and then I'll let you go because I don't want you being too late. I've got to leave who's 6:30 by the way. So both will traveling tomorrow. There you go. And also Wendy as well as one of my regulars come on. Watches me streams as well. She is a young talent. She's absolutely fantastic. And anytime Wendy's in the chat, she's always polite and she is always there. And watching the presser, Eddie said Matt Ritchie's really fit. I thought, no, don't want him back. We have better now. I mean, I wouldn't have Ritchie again. I mean, he can go at the end of the season. He's a great servant, but I think Matt can go at the end of the season. And Toonblog, big up to you, my guy. And Lamptey, Bissouma, and Mopai. Yep, that's a good choices there. Lamptey and Kukuela are my top two players in Brighton. They are key. That's in Jan. And let's have this one. Eddie Howe and Ryan Fears are nominated manager of the Player of the Month. What a story for these two, having worked together all these years. That's in Josh. I feel sick listening to talks about the deer, especially with Martin Keown and Kura attacking Amanda. I'll come on to that one later in a little bit. And Kura Gala was one of the youth, but stupid, but Baltimore letting go Warrior perfect for Alba. And never heard of this guy, Baltimore. Never heard of him. And the vice captain looks, I'm not going to be that my guy. I know I like you, Richard, but I'm not going to be falling for that one kid. Whoa, Jolin will be the best player tomorrow. Let's not talk careers and as Andrew D. We don't need new midfielders in these strikers, 100%. I've got to fly with as well. We're going to talk on to question 3-0 to Newcastle. Hello, John Clough. That's Gia. New member as well. I want to see Jolin score more bullet headers. Boom, boom. I like coffee. And good evening, John. Hope you're well. It's going to be a hard game against Brighton. We'll be over the moon if we get anything from the game. On the injury front, and we look at this one, we've got Aaron Redster's going to be out, apparently. Also, Lallana felt his hamstring in the week. Aaron Redster's definitely out. So, what's your team news for tomorrow, Chloe?
I mean, yeah, I think those two are out. Obviously, we've still got Mwepu out as well. Yeah, I think that's about it for injuries. Obviously, Webster is quite a big one because I think without Burn, he was one of the main defenders that sort of drives us forward when we do play with that back five, and obviously not having him is quite a big loss. He's one of our best defenders. So
yeah, it's a shame. I bet you'd love to get Dan back. Go on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I do feel like letting him go obviously was the right thing to do. He wanted to go. It's his boy club. I could understand why he wanted to go, but at the same time, it's like we needed to bring someone else in to replace him because we've let him go and we've let Ben White go in the summer, and we haven't replaced either of them. So we're down players and we don't have enough depth in that position because of it.
I'm sorry to hear that, man. But I'm sure next summer you're going to get some players coming in. And
yeah, I mean,
go on.
Sorry, we've got a few centre backs out on loan. Like we've got Van Heck, and he's just got Blackburn Player of the Month for the second month running, and it's like he's our player and he's doing well. So hopefully he can come in next season and slot right in our team. I think that would be good to see. But it's like sometimes with Brighton, it's like we've got a lot of good players out on loan and we need them here.
Yeah, absolutely. Carl and used on Wilson. He'll be out for probably another month or so. They're not going to rush him into it anytime soon. Yeah, I'm not going to read the next one out, mate, or display it. Yes, the Belgian team have Brighton own as Union Saint Gilles of Brussels. I know because I'm a Belgian living in Brighton, so I'm not going to display that. Even John McGowan guessed, I reckon against Brighton's embarrassment. The fact Courtney, you know what, Mike Ashley has completely ruined our history. Starting to put the record straight from now on. And question here from Chloe: where do you think we were finishing? Were you finishing table of the season?
I'm not too sure. I mean, hopefully this bad run doesn't continue too long because I don't want to fall down the table. I think anywhere from sort of 10th to 13th is I would consider decent. Any lower than that would be a bit after we've spent like quite a bit of the season in the top half. So hopefully, I mean, top half ideal, but realistically, sort of 10th to 13th, I think is okay. That would be like our best ever top flight finish. So yeah.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. And what are Brighton's aspirations for this season? Basically, just to finish 10th to 13th.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I don't know what our actual aspiration. I know we want to become, sort of a top 10 club, maybe even competing for Europe, but I'm not sure for this season. I think we just want to improve upon last season, which it's looking like we're doing. So yeah, I think small steps, and we can, as long as we're moving forward, that's always a good thing, and we are. So
yeah, man, fair enough. And Hush Hush means serious as they'll try and sweep under the radar, so needs outs. That's from Tunza. And TK2 down, up you okay? Big up to Ryan from Canada. And Bartomeu was the previous president of Barcelona, John. I don't know anything about this guy, I'm not going to lie, but if he used to be that, he used to be that. But thanks for that one, Ryan, mate. And big up, I was going to say, Ryan, heard about Shane Warne passing away today. Heart attack. Sad news.
yeah.
Sad news, man. And rest in peace, Shane, and condolences to his family. Massive myth for the world of sport today. 2-1 to the team, Willock and Big Joe again. That's for more. Do subscribe to my channel, mate. Chris Fees, do subscribe as well. Chris, big up to you. Does Chloe think Brent have been poor because of Dan Burners left?
I don't necessarily think it's because he left, but because we didn't replace him. So we're missing someone in that position. And then like against Burnley, because Dunk was suspended and Webster was injured, we then didn't actually have enough players to properly play our system, because we're too scared to use Hayden Roberts, who is a left-sided centre-back, so he'd slot right in, but he's a youngster, not really got any Premier League experience, so it would be a bit harsh throwing him in, I guess, but there's only one way to get Premier League experience, and that is to play. But so yeah, I think it is partially because he's left. I think we haven't been able to play our system properly. So yeah, I think that probably is a contributing factor. But hopefully in the long, I think it could be a good deal for both of us in the long term. We got 13 million for him. He didn't have long left on his contract, and he's nearly 30. But at the same time, I think in the short term we are missing him.
Bless you. But you're not going to get him back because he's ours. So bless. If I'm my way, then you never know. Evening to you, Jay. Hope you're well, mate. And hello to Chloe. Nice to see you, and hope you are. That's big up to Michael. He's a great guy, young lad, great guy. And usually we lose to these, but I think we will definitely win now. Come on, Newcastle and UG. And let's have a look at this one here. Former Brighton boss Gus Poyet says Graham Potter must take the Man U job if he is offered it.
Yeah, well, didn't Poyet say we've reached our ceiling in the Championship?
Yeah, fair enough.
We didn't have a very good relationship with him after he left, so Nobody's too sure what went out, but we know he fell out with our owner. And
wow.
yeah.
He fell out in Bordeaux as well, apparently, and did exactly the same thing with Bordeaux because they, I think they sold Josh Mata behind his back, and he wasn't very happy. So he tried to get the sack, and he got the sack, succeeded. But Gus Poyet has got a bit of a hot temper when it comes to coaching as well. But we'll see. He's managed Sunderland as well, by the way. He kept them up. Still, I've got Wendy as well. Big up to Wendy. Chloe, you have a day to remember tomorrow. Newcastle, St. James's Park, whatever the score is. So Wendy's being nice to you.
Yeah, just hopefully it's not one of those, oh my God, why did I go to that game things.
Fair enough. And Jackie B said 225 minutes of football played against Brighton before the second half of the season's away fixtures is some of the most disgraceful football ever seen by Newcastle. I think we win this game. I think we will. And Burnham was a capital signing when he strengthened the defence, 10 forward, aim and target. Another great loan signing last from Keith. Big up to you, Keith, mate. Hope you're okay. And good for you, Richard. Dan Ashworth said that Brighton aim was to finish the top 10. And hi, folks, with predictions. We'll comment on one later on. Darren, got another 24 minutes to go. 19 miles away from Wembley appearance at Palace. That's from Richard. It's sad news, Dan. Really sad news. I've got big up to my guy, Brad. Even both, hope you're well. Chris Wood has opened an account tomorrow, I think. I hope that's the case. Take care to Andrew. And thanks to Insight Chloe as well. Andrew from Canada, from America as well. What a great guy. Fantastic guy. And have a good evening, Andrew. And big up to Sonia. She's lovely. Hi, John. Hope you're well. Walking the dog as we speak. It's absolutely freezing. Bless Sonia. If you ever get a chance to speak to Sonia, she wants to come on, be sure. And she's always welcome to. I think she's a massive Newcastle fan and she is pleasant. Graham Potter's done a decent job with your team this season. If he's given marks out of 10, how many marks out of 10 would you give him, Chloe?
Oh, so far. I mean, obviously, I can't rate the season as a whole yet, but I think, solid 7 at the moment. I think we've sort of we've exceeded expectations so far. So yeah, that's a decent decent record at the moment.
Yeah. I gave him a 6. I'm going on the player ratings the other day on the Manchester United's channel, and we did the manager's ratings, and I think I gave Potter a 6, a solid 6. And he's a decent manager, young manager. Is he the best young manager in the country? That goes to Eddie Howe, of course. And big up to Niall, Manchester United fan. Hello, John, and a massive hello to Chloe, buddy, my fellow podcast buddy. And Niall is a fantastic lad. Always on my show as well. He's running the mods as well. And wasn't Ancelotti linked to United? His name was mentioned, but I don't know if it's going to happen anytime soon. I know he's going to go and leave Madrid at the end of the season. 4 games in 10 days. Who thinks of this? What do you make of this as well? 4 games in 10 days for Newcastle. Do you feel that's kind of a madness, though?
Yeah, that does seem like a lot of games. I feel like there's been a few sort of and no teams have played the same amount of games. If you look in the league, it's like they're 6 points behind us, but they've got 3 games in hand on us. So it's quite difficult to figure out sort of what is going on with the table, because it feels like everyone's played a different amount of games. Because I think there's been quite a few sort of postponements due to COVID and weather and all sorts. So it's a bit crazy. Some teams are having a lot of fixtures postponed. So
ridiculous. Shocking, isn't it? Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do, but still, it is what it is. No getting stressed. You got to get on with it and move with it. And guys, if you like the video, if you like what you see, please hit the like button. Also share, subscribe to my channel. It helps the channel to grow. Also follow on Chloe's Twitter account as well, and also an Instagram account. The link's in the description. If you like to donate as well as super chatters, then you're always welcome to. Just give what you can. It goes to good causes as well. Saving part of the money, and it will go to good causes really, really soon. And if you'd like to become a member, then click on the join button for 99p. And that is all it is. Click on the 99p. I got Wendy, Chris Wood, or Dan Burn to get on the score sheet tomorrow. I think Chris Wood, for me, he has to score. Good morning to Dino, hope you care, and also to Chloe. And John, question your thoughts on Gabby Abonahort for his comments regarding Newcastle. Saw your video, mate. I done a video yesterday, right? I spoke about Gabby Abonahort. I don't know if you saw it, but I tell you something, right? He's having a gripe with Newcastle United. I mean, it's not the first time he's done this. About a month ago, he also said that if a player was offered 40k to go to join Newcastle or 30,000 to go to Brentford, they would rather go to Brentford. What's your take on that one, Chloe?
I don't know. I think I don't know why they'd rather go to Brentford than Newcastle. They're sort of similar positions in the league, and yeah, and obviously Newcastle are, got big investment coming in, so they're sort of on the up, you would think. So yeah, that is a bit of a weird comment, really.
Yeah.
I can't see why they'd rather go there, to be honest.
Aye,
Bit
got
of
some
a
now.
weird comment, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the guy's just an absolute idiot. He's on Talk Sport, and it should be a bungler horse, should be a bungler boar, because he puts us to sleep when he talks. And Jamie Rubin sent out a tweet yesterday basically saying a bungler boar because the guy's boring. He really is. And he got absolutely shut down big time. But shocking. But less said about him, the better. And I said, I've got a soft spot for Brighton now because how class their fans when were burned left. Now, but well wishes from the Brighton fans, classy fans. That's some Chrissy. Chris, do subscribe to my channel, mate, if you can. Shocking for the fans. And 34 days about a home game after Saturday, John. That is shocking. Absolutely shocking. But it is what it is. And we get these away games out of the way, and then hopefully things will be fine. And going by the close photos, it also looked like Enoch Enripu was absent for the later session. He's not going to make the Newcastle game. And BG also added, Abdallah Sima has been very short of luck since he swapped Slavia Prague for Brighton last season. Listen, Enripu, right? I mean, I don't know a lot about this guy. Neither does Sima. What's your take on those two players?
Mwepu, yeah, he's been out injured for a while. He's still out. Seema, we signed in the summer, and we sent him out on loan, but I think he got injured in like September, and I think he's still injured. So obviously that's not very good for him. Yeah, I think he was another one for the future, but he's not had much luck this season at all. So hopefully his luck changes. Because obviously it's not very nice if he can't play. So
yeah, it should be Gobby, not Gabby John. He's a clown. He really is. I wish them both this video recovery very soon. I hope they get back to the first team. Gabby Abonahort all the time. John Holberman needs to be totally ignored. That's from Wendy. I think she's got it absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on. The sooner this guy just get lost sort of in the better, because he's no use at all whatsoever. Give us the 3 players you would take for Newcastle United. If you had a rich owner, right, and you used a manager, give us the 3 players that you'd take for Newcastle to go to Brighton.
okay. Trying to think who you've got. Can I take Burn back? Is that allowed?
Yeah, yeah. If he was a manager, go for it. Yeah.
Saint Maximum, obviously.
Yeah.
And that's sort of a easy one. You know, he's such a class player. So he probably is the type of player that would really. We don't really have anyone like that. Anyone sort of pacey, can get in behind defenses. You know, we don't really have anyone like that. I'm not sure who else. I did think about Wilson. I know he's quite injury prone, but he is a good goal scorer. Trouble is he comes back from an injury, has a brilliant few games, scores a few goals, and then gets injured again. Reminds me of Welbeck a bit, actually, in that sense. So I know he's a good goal scorer, a very good goal scorer, but yeah, I'd probably go those 3.
Wilson, ASM, Dan Burn. Excuse me. Fair enough. And what do you think of Eddie Howe? I mean, obviously he's from South Coast, and obviously you're from there as well. I mean, what do you make of Eddie Howe as the manager?
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of him, but that's probably because he has quite a good record of beating us. So
Mhm.
that's bound to make you dislike a manager. But yeah, I think he's a decent manager. He obviously did quite a good job at Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, he's obviously a good young manager, and
Mhm.
yeah, he's done pretty good recently with you guys. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Fair,
he's respect
fair
him.
enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. This one here, what's the name? Samara immediately sent out along the Stoke and only about a handful of games, and hard to be on 3 streams all at the same time as me, Paul, and Bazza, I presume. And are you both worried about relegation? Because I'm not. We'll be fine, won't we? 14th.
Yeah, yeah. I think you will be fine. I think we'll be fine as well. So yeah, I'm not really worried about that. I think we've seen a bit of a drop in form recently for us, but I don't think it's bad enough for
Mm-hmm.
to sort of be looking and thinking we're in real danger. Because I think there's probably like 5 or 6 quite poor teams in this league that are looking in danger of relegation, looking over their
Yeah,
shoulders. So
sure.
I don't think we need to worry. I don't think you do
Nah,
either.
nah. Thanks very much. And who's your fee to get relegated this season?
Um, Probably Norwich, Watford, and I'm not sure on the third. I think um, Leeds possibly. I know they've had a couple of bad beatings recently, and they are down there. I think Burnley will probably possibly manage to claw their way out, as they normally seem to. Um, and I think Brentford and Everton both down there are probably a bit nervy as well, but I think they'll be all right.
Yeah. For me, I think it'd be Norwich will go. Got a sneaky feeling that Watford are gonna just do it. I reckon. I mean, I'm flipping and turning about Watford, big style. If Watford gets out of it, I'm gonna have to agree with Wendy. I mean, Eddie's good manager of the month for it. I totally agree. PD and Baz, by the way. Everton's gonna be down there. I think Leeds will be dragged right in it as well. I think Burnley get out of this. I think Watford will try to get out of it. It's gonna be tough, but anyone can happen. I reckon it's going to be Watford. I think Everton could be the time for them to go. Look at the fixture list they've got. I think Brentford could be in the spot above that too. I think Leeds might just get out of it until they get Bamford and Calvin Phillips back. That could be the game changer, but I'm flipping and turning all the time. But realistically, I say Norwich, Watford, and Brentford for me. But I think Everton find a way. I really do. Everton leads Jagan relegation scrap. I agree. I go for this there. Burnley need to get relegated. Damn them. That's in Jackie B. Brighton claims there's no incentive for Brighton to resolve the matter quickly with Dan unless there are compelling financial incentive. Very interesting. Very interesting. Norwich, Watford, and Leeds. Then Josh, Brentford have Ericsson and Tony. You can grant us on results. And it's a penalty. But to who? And as an outside looking in, as a Brighton fan, we had a takeover in October. And what's your take on it? And how did the people in Brighton think of Newcastle United getting a takeover?
It's sort of one of those things. It's like, okay, they've been taken over, which means inevitably there's going to be a large cash injection, and they're probably going to be sort of up there in the coming years, competing with the very best. You know, it's inevitable, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a bit annoying when you're constantly sniffing around our Dans. Got Dan Burn and Dan Ashworth. But yeah, I think yeah, be you will get successful probably sooner rather than later. Um, yeah.
Wow. So
So
yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
it's a bit annoying because it's like there's a lot of clubs now that have a lot of money, and you're sort of another one now.
mm,
And even teams like Villa have got a bit of money, and a team like Brighton, who honestly don't. We've got a great manager. Wouldn't trade Tony Bloom for the world, but
no.
we don't have as much money as a lot of teams. So it's like, okay, so this is another team we've got to compete with if we want to, scrape into the Europa League or anything like that. So yeah, it's sort of a bit intimidating thinking about how many teams there are now with money, because we've got to try and compete with that. But other than that, it's
Bless you. And it's tough. Like, you have to be a billionaire and we're the richest club in the world without being big-headed. But listen, it's about time we had something to cheer about, because we had 14-year Mike Ashley, and thank God he's gone. And we've got wonderful owners as well. So hopefully in the summer we're going to compete and get some of the best players in the world to help us out.
just
And
don't take any more of ours, please.
Alexi McAllister.
Oh no,
Maybe.
I like
No,
him.
you do. Alexi, Maxi, baby. Nah, he's good. He's a good player. You can have him. You can have him. Chinese sites holders have toured the Premier League. They will not be broadcasting English top flight matches this weekend. Why? Because of the league's planned shows the support of Ukraine. And BBC have learned that's from BT. Thanks for letting us know on that one, mate. And let's go into this one as well. Big up to Eddie. Thank you very much for coming. Remember my guy, and I really appreciate that. And your name being hat as well. Want to get 100 members? Then my Maisie, who's a Man U fan, is going to do the draw. And the lucky one is going to win some good prizes, like a football shirt, like vouchers and tickets, and it'll come. So all that money is being put to one side. So certainly 99p to become a member. And thanks so much for that, Eddie Kilbane. So on to Saturday's game, and how do you think the game would go, or what do you think the score is going to be?
I reckon it'll be a tight game. Not gonna lie, I don't think it'll be like last season where we whooped you 3-0. That was a good game. Well, from a Brighton perspective, I think it will be a tight one. I'm still going to go with Brighton win, but I think it will be like 1-0.
Yeah.
So narrow win.
Good luck. Yeah, I'm going to go for 1-0 to the other side. Newcastle 1-0. It's going to be a tight game, and they're not going to be many goals in this game. Depends how we attack. But if you can keep the defense tight, I mean, if you go for the stats, we haven't conceded more than one goal since we got beat off Liverpool by 3-1. And not only that, we haven't conceded more than a goal since January, which I think is fantastic. We're 7 games unbeaten, 4 wins and 3 draws. And we're second in the form guide. You're 14th in the form guide. You've only won once at the last 6 games, and Graham Potter needs to fix up very, very quickly. And it's going to be tough. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 win for Newcastle. And I think it'll be Joe Willock again, midway for the first half, and then we'll be defending for our lives. So, yeah, it's going to be a good game, and let's hope that it's going to be the case. I've got any predictions coming through. I've got Wendy 2-0 from Wendy. Let's hope that's the case. And, it's going to be a close game. So, yeah, and what's your fixtures looking like? You're running very good? You got some tough games coming up?
Oh, we've got some tough games coming up. We've got Liverpool, Spurs. I think we've got Norwich in there somewhere as well. But we have got some tough games coming up. Which is a bit scary, and they're all at home as well, which is even worse because we don't do well at home. Yeah, I feel more confident going into this game knowing that we're playing away because our away form. So yeah.
It's going to be tough. I think it's going to be a tough game, and people make that to be tomorrow, but I'm still really going to do it and keep our unbeaten run going. I know some of the people I'm getting to one seat as well, that probably will not be that. We need to win this game. So got 2-0 says Darren. Wendy thinks 2-0. Absolutely fantastic. I got Sonia as well. Big up to Sonia. 2-0 to the Tom. 2-1 by our defense. It's great. Our way that tune. Absolutely. We're defending properly. 3-2 from Jack. Wow, that is fantastic. Let's hope that is the case. I want to see goals in this as well, people. So there you go. So just read his comments before we wrap up as well. And 2-0 to the 2. That's the win. I read that, didn't I? Come on, team. Big Bazza. Do subscribe to my channel, mate. I'm 2 away for 2,200, mate. So crack on. So listen, and we're going to wrap it up there because I know you got an early flight tomorrow. So because it's coming 8:30. But as your first time on my channel, did you enjoy it? How did you feel?
Yeah, it was good, very fun.
You had fun.
Thanks for having me.
Fantastic. No problem. And before I let you go, I'll have a review backstage before I let you go. And guys, if you do like the video, please hit the like button and please share my channel and hit the subscribe button. I'm 2 away from 2,200. I like the notes at the end of it as well. And if you'd like to become a member like Eddie Cambian has become, hit the join button, 99p. And also, if you like to donate, if you can, even if there's a couple of quid, then please hit the dollar sign. If you like to give whatever you can, you know, I'm easy. I'm say I've done a good job. Another fantastic show, John. Great guest, Chloe. Well done. And when you say some nice things about everybody, and she is absolutely amazing. So, where do you find you on your socials, Chloe?
Yeah, I'm just British Tea Hater on Twitter and Instagram. Yeah, that's me.
You haven't got a channel. You haven't got a YouTube channel yet, no?
I'm on the Albion Obsessed podcast most weeks. But I don't have like my own channel yet.
Oh, bless you. Because I think you're going to be a talent. You're really going to be a talent on your YouTube channel. I really do believe that. And I know it's not a hard thing, not an easy thing to do, but you have to have thick skin on YouTube as well, stuff as well. So that's what I get as well. If you look on the socials as well, I don't know what your socials on Twitter like on Brighton, but some of our fan base at the moment of late, that's been absolutely shocking, but that's for another day. But we missed that one. But listen, Chloe, thank you very much for coming on, and I really appreciate that. You must come back on again because, listen, at the end of the day, it's just great and it's just a cool channel as well. And big up to Sonia, best shows, me and TTR. My channel would do Sonia, but the two of you, Paul, absolutely fantastic. I love the guy, and look, he's fantastic. Every woman who gets the speech, that's on tunes that. Listen, end of the day. So does the lads as well. I make them welcome. But go for this as well one more time. Great show, John, Chloe, Josh, thanks so much indeed. Thanks, guys, for coming on. And I should be at the match tomorrow for Newcastle or Brighton. I'll do the match review on Sunday if I'm not too tired. But hey, Brighton have Liverpool next week at home. You'll beat Liverpool anyway. Don't worry about that. I think you're beaten by 2-1. No problem. No.
I don't know. Not confident at all going into that one, but obviously we'll see how we do tomorrow first.
Definitely. I've already been backstage, right? But guys, should we go to the match tomorrow? And I'll be at the usual place you want to see us, we want autographs, etc. That'd be cool. Then I'll be back on the Streams of Bastards channel tomorrow, hopefully after the match. And just keep your eyes peeled. And thanks for coming on, people. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the member. And have a fantastic evening. Have a fantastic weekend. I shall speak to you very, very soon. And watch what you are doing. Take care.